Story and David Jones are ready to go. Tip controlled by Rick Smits into the hands of Ricky Pierce at 36 years of age.
Hey, don't make fun of that 36 years old, Vern.
Wouldn't think of it. I'm envious.
He's been saving himself. Hasn't had a good year. Hasn't played as well as he's capable of playing. Can't wait for this game tonight.
Leitner gets the first foul on Rick Smits.
Right here, Leitner, they know that he can't double or guard him one-on-one. They have to double team him. Here comes the whole Atlanta team, triple teaming him. No success. Leitner picks up a quick foul.
That's 6-11 against 7-4, and they'll probably go right back to Smits. Here we go again. Here comes the double. They kick it over to McKee. Batted away by Grant Long, out of bounds, though. Off of Indiana, it'll be Hawks ball.
And Vern, they're going to try to go down to Smits all night long. And Atlanta isn't even hesitating. This is where you don't only miss Reggie Miller's points, but you miss his presence. They're always hesitant to leave Reggie on the perimeter three-point line when Smits has the ball in the post. But tonight they're going to come down as fast as they can, try to take the ball out of Smits' hand.
Steve Smith, who in 4 games this year was hitting only 35% against Indiana. Key figure in the Atlanta aspirations for this playoff series. Now Mark Jackson, guarded by Mookie Blaylock. The pick is set for Smits. Now he sets the screen. Jackson behind the back pass. Dale Davis not ready. Ricky Pierce from the corner.
Boy, Vern, I've never seen a crowd this wild the first basket of a game. This is unbelievable. And Ricky Pierce shows his experience, doesn't give up on the play.
Leitner misfires. Grant Long with the rebound. Offensive board out and into the hands of Steve Smith for 3.
That's what they need. You know, Atlanta, 4th in the NBA in offensive rebounding this year. That's how they rely. They don't get a lot of assists. They're last in field goal percentage, but they make up for it in steals and offensive rebounds.
Here's Smits coming out of the perimeter now into the hands of Ricky Pierce again, guarded by Smith. And he hits again. One reason, Danny, Larry Brown said he wanted to start Ricky Pierce is to force Steve Smith to play defense.
Right. Neither one of these guys, Steve Smith or Ricky, are great defenders. They're going to try to make their guys shoot from the perimeter. Right now, Ricky Pierce has the hot hand.
Smith tips it into the hands of Mark Jackson. Jackson enjoying perhaps his finest season in the NBA now in his 9th year. Here's McKee. Puts it up and in. Count it.
That's a beautiful drive by Derek McKee. You know, the knock on Derek McKee is you don't know which Derek McKee is going to show up. They need him to be aggressive, particularly in the absence of Reggie Miller. Right here, he just takes Stacey Augmon, which is very difficult to do. Augmon, one of the better defenders in the league, gets the continuation. Here we got Ricky working on defense. This is Ricky's time of the year. Plays great defense, has good hands, good position, strips Smith of the ball. Excellent defense by the KG veteran.
I love the life. I know. You can't wait till Eddie Johnson gets in the game.
Hey, I love these guys. This is their time of year to play. And, you know, the only question is how much do they have?
Leitner is fouled by Rick Smits.
Well, and that's what Christian has to do. Rick Smits is going to take advantage of him at the other end on the low post. Christian's got to find a way to be valuable, find a way to keep Smits honest, and try to get him in foul trouble.
Early fouls, very significant.
Smits has a tough time guarding Christian on the perimeter, particularly with those bad feet.
Rick Smits, who's gone the flat top route. All of the Pacers shaved heads 2 days ago. They did it last year. But they told Fred Hoiberg and Rick Smits they could get by with flat tops.
They didn't want those shiny white heads out there.
7-5 is the score. McKee to Smits underneath. Gets his own putback. And Leitner gets position. That one tipped and intercepted by Dale Davis. Antonio Davis, beg your pardon. Davis misses, gets the putback and puts it in.
Good steal by Mark Jackson.
9-5 Indiana lead. Stacey Augmon at 23 in a season-ending win at Miami that gave Atlanta the 6th seed for Lenny Wilkins.
Well, when Lenny inserted Stacey Augmon into the starting lineup, they immediately went on a 10-game winning streak. That was the critical time of the year for the Hawks.
Here's Augmon, guarded by McKee. The double comes. Grant Long takes the jumper. Mark Jackson with the rebound. And pulls back into a half-court set.
You can see Rick Smith trying to fill the lane there. Couldn't run with Mark Jackson. Those feet are in a lot of pain.
Ricky Pierce misses and bodies fall. Offensive foul is called on Ricky Pierce.
Well, Ricky's very good going after his own shot. He knew when it left his hand that it wasn't right. He went in and jumped over the back. Got the foul.
Opening quarter, 8:24 to go. These two teams play game 2 here on Saturday night. Last year in the first round, Indiana swept Atlanta 3-0. Here's Blaylock. And 2 years ago, the Pacers knocked off Atlanta 4-2 in the semifinals.
Here we go, Smith. We're showing how he's just standing out here at the top of the key, watching the action going, and he can't run. He can't fill out and run the lane. Jackson just runs right by him. He's hobbling all the way down the court.
Bothered by chronic foot problems, they've caused him pain all season long. Antonio Davis for 2.
You can see how valuable Smith is. They just forced the double team. Good cut by Antonio Davis right there. Not a good perimeter shooter. Do the best thing. Get to the basket.
Jackson picks up Mookie Blaylock. Antonio Davis on Grant Long. Pierce has Steve Smith, who hits over Ricky Pierce.
Well, Steve Smith, a 6'8" shooting guard, has a lot of mismatches at that position throughout the league. Right there, took advantage of Ricky. Ricky, a stronger defender than Reggie Miller down in the low post.
Jackson looks inside for McKee, who's guarded by Augmon. Offensive foul, Derek McKee.
Right here, you can tell Rick Smith, he knows he's getting double teamed by the way the Hawks came out. Right here, he's looking for the pass first. 7'4", throws it right over the top of the double team.
7:09 to go opening quarter. Augmon misses his shot. That's a rebound, and Grant Long puts it up, and this is the shot, but does draw the foul. Time is called. 6:57 to go opening quarter.
Pacers 11-7. Now Pacers fans, Gatorade has provided everyone in attendance a sweat-it-out bonbon to shake to encourage the Pacers to win. Now you can win with that bonbon. Check the number on your bonbon.
I'm hearing about 2 people here. You okay? Yeah, we're fine. You okay, Danny?
Yeah, when you were talking to me about Smith, I couldn't hear you, though. The crowd was so loud, I had a tough time hearing what you were trying to tell me. Okay.
5 seconds left, and the Pacers on board. This series came down to a timeless minute. There we go. 5 seconds to play. Harper to get it in. Throws it to Ewing. Ewing surrounded.
Okay.
Seconds to shoot. He drives. He shoots him in.
Okay.
Pacers win it in Game 7 of the 1995 Eastern Conference semifinals. If you have the number 7 on your Gatorade bonbon, take it right now to the ATA information. The coupon from Gatorade. One on the 5 to the day.
Round 1 of the playoffs a year ago, Reggie Miller averaged 31 points per game. He always seems to elevate himself in the playoffs.
Well, Bernie goes to the free throw line 8 times, and they're last in the NBA from three-point line without Reggie in the lineup. But where they're going to really miss Reggie is the last 2 minutes of the game. His presence to open up the inside game, and a big shot, Reggie Miller, that he's done so many times in the playoffs.
Reggie injured on April 13th and in attendance tonight. If you join us late, he addressed his teammates in the locker room. They didn't know if he was going to be here.
They say he's still seeing double, but I think he should be able to play if he can find out which basket is the real one.
Well, his coach, Larry Brown, had suffered 2 similar injuries. Larry said back in his playing days, at one point, they were so short of people, they made him play with double vision. They put a patch over his eye, and he said it was pretty awful, as a matter of fact.
Well, Reggie's going through a transition. He's never had surgery before, and I'm sure it's going to be very difficult for him to come back this year with the seriousness of this injury.
Dale Davis returning to the Pistol lineup.
Dale Davis replaces Antonio Davis. They both are free agents at the end of the season, as is Reggie Miller. Donnie Walsh, the general manager here, said that's his priority, top priority, is to sign all 3. But some questions remain.
Dale Davis, who suffered a broken nose earlier in the year, got whacked in the nose, and that's why they had to put Antonio Davis in so quick.
6:45 to go, opening quarter. McKee off the dribble.
Derek McKee looks very aggressive tonight. This is the kind of game that Larry Brown needs out of Derek McKee. When he is this kind of aggressive player, it's a very difficult matchup for every 3-man in the league, but particularly an undersized 3-man like Stacey Augmon.
McKee, of course, came here in the trade for Detlef Schrempf. Averaged 12 points this year, his lowest since his rookie season in Seattle. Here's Smits off the Leitner miss. Mark Jackson has McKee to the right, takes the jumper, hits it.
Well, Mark Jackson is such an emotional player. The crowd is going. He's their emotional leader. He shot 43% from the 3-point line. Significant increase over the rest of his career.
His career average from 3 is 29%, up by 14% this season. Here's Leitner, baseline, guarded by Smits. Skip pass. Blaylock. Long with the offensive board, his second of the night. Blaylock for another 3.
Well, Mookie Blaylock is not shy. He lets those 3s fly. Second in the league behind Dennis Scott in 3-point attempts.
Blaylock in the regular season put it up 623 times from long range. McKee got it.
That seems like the matchup. They've gone to Smits, created the double teams. They get what they want. They go to Derek McKee, and they're getting easy attempts out of Derek McKee as well.
Lead is 6, 18-12 with 5 minutes to go, first quarter. Leitner gets called for the foul. Ricky Pierce got an elbow in the cheek.
Right here, Derek McKee's got a few inches on Stacey Augmon, got a few extra pounds. Tough matchup, even as good a player as Stacey Augmon is at the defensive end.
Augmon against McKee, and a significant foul on Leitner. That's his second, and it sends him to the bench. Sean Rooks, who came with Leitner from the Timberwolves back on February 22nd, is on the floor. Had 18 minutes in the regular season finale against Miami. But has played only 16 regular season games since the trade, so lately he's played more. Here's Smits over Rooks.
Well, the double team came a little bit late. Maybe Lenny thinks that Rooks can handle Smits one-on-one down in the low post a little better than Leitner.
Atlanta, a poor shooting team in the regular season, is only 3 of 11. Blaylock has 1 of them. Smith has 2. Here's Steve Smith over Pierce. Got it.
Pretty good defense by Pierce right there. That was a great shot. Very difficult shot for Steve Smith.
Lead back to 6. Smith is 3 of 3. Here's Jackson. Long goes for the steal. The pass from Pierce. Dale Davis unable to control it.
Oh, beautiful play, but Davis lost handle.
Pick and roll. Blaylock goes back to Grant Long, who fires from downtown. Got it.
Well, you got your power forward, your point guard, and your 2 guards so far shooting 3s. They're not getting anything on the interior. But if they can keep up getting hot from the 3, they got a chance to stay in this game.
Now let's go back and take a look at that Ricky Pierce, Dale Davis play.
Well, they're trying to isolate for Ricky. And Dale Davis comes over to set the pick and just slips the pick. Ricky makes a beautiful feed. Dale loses handle, misses the easy opportunity.
Smits calls for it, muscled by Rooks. Got it.
That's pretty good defense by Rooks right there. Smits hit a very difficult shot. Vern, you can really tell that Smits is hobbling, and he doesn't have that firm grip with his feet. Very weak with his lower body.
McKee goes for the steal into the hands of Dale Davis. Here comes Mark Jackson. Smits missed 19 games this season with those sore feet. That one's in and out. Davis with the steal. Ricky Pierce. He's fouled.
3 seconds, Vern.
Ah, beg your pardon. Time is called. 2:51 to go, opening quarter.
2:17.
I can't hear you, Mike. You keep... Yeah, I can hear you. You just keep cutting in and out. Do you hear that same thing?
No, I'm fine.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Look at him. Look at him grimace in pain coming down the court.
A little bit more offensive minded to take up what the slack that is missing.
Okay, great. Okay, and you're going to save the Desiree national anthem thing, right, till later? Okay. I just don't want to mention it. Did it? Okay. Yeah.
I have to be a little bit more offensive minded to take up what the slack that is missing because of Reggie's not here. I have to look to create offensively, get guys more involved to where they're feeling comfortable. And just once again, the same way that I've been doing all along is be the leader of this basketball team and try to run the show, put the ball in the right hands.
Well, so far, Bernie's done a good job of getting the ball in the right hands. Derek McKee's got off to a good start. Smits is off to a good start down in the low post. And Ricky Pierce is running a lot of things for him. Mark Jackson just needs to hit the shot when they double team. When Mookie goes down to double team the inside game, Mark's got to be able to finish it off.
And that good-looking young man in his lap was Mark Jr., who was a fascinated spectator at the shoot-around this morning. 22-17, 2:51 to go opening quarter. Steve Smith perfect in the field. The rest of the Hawks, not so. Blaylock and Smith. Rebound into the hands of McKee.
Well, another very difficult shot attempt by Steve Smith. I think the Hawks can get better looks at the basket than that. They need to move the ball around a little bit more.
Ricky Pierce. Dale Davis with the offensive board and misses with the follow-up. Rooks to Long. Blaylock guarded by Mark Jackson. Grant Long gets Adrian Caldwell to go for the pump fake. Caldwell has replaced Rick Smits.
You know, Grant Long is a very underrated perimeter shooter. He's kind of undersized at the power forward position. He just seems to go out, work hard, get the job done, and he's really improved his outside shooting over the years.
Here's McKee in the low post, and the block from Augman.
Well, Vern, right here, Steve Smith's coming down the court. He's going to use Ricky Pierce on a pick. They think that they're going to run the hawk action, go down to the low post, pushes Pierce off, pushes Rooks into Pierce, frees himself up. I think he's been watching film to Ricky Pierce because he's one of the masters at doing that.
Against the Pacers this season, both Blaylock and Smith have had their problems, as you can see. Steve Smith tonight, however, 3 of 4. McKee misses the first free throw. Gets the second. So with 1:48 to go in the opener, 23-19. Alan Henderson is on the floor now for Atlanta. Let's set the lineups. It's Long, Blaylock, Rooks, Steve Smith, and Indianapolis native Alan Henderson, who has the ball right now. Larry Brown was saying how impressed he was with Henderson in the 4 games that they played this year. Henderson, mid-air adjustment, gets his own shot. No shot clock violation. But Adrian Caldwell has it now for Indiana.
I think the reason he made this substitution, he wants to put Long or Henderson to guard McKee. McKee's been a force on the inside offense for Indiana.
Pierce got it.
The guy can score, Vern. I mean, he's a scoring machine. He scored so many points throughout his whole career. He's a point-a-minute type of guy coming off the bench throughout his career.
His season high came in the first game of the 95-96 season in Atlanta. 26 points for Ricky Pierce, who tonight is playing in his 90th playoff game.
Well, the only question, Vern, is that Larry Brown didn't know he's only playing 18.5 minutes a game as Pierce. He doesn't know how many minutes he can play because of the limited minutes throughout the whole course of the year. So he gives him a quick rest here at the end of the first quarter.
And Dwayne Farrell, who is a one-time Hawk, comes on to take his place. So it's Dale Davis, McKee, Jackson, Farrell, who misses that defensive assignment, and Henderson goes to the basket for 2.
Well, they forced the double team now. Got a quick 2-for-1 situation. Henderson made a good read on the defense in their rotation. Got it to the rim.
McKee. Adrian Caldwell off the glass and in. That's a bonus.
That's a bonus. I don't think they were running that play for Adrian, but it just turned out he got great position as he sealed Brooks down inside the paint.
Grant Long finds Henderson. He can't find anybody to take the shot. Derek McKee leads the Pacers in the opening quarter. 8 points and 3 rebounds. We have reached the end of one with Indiana in the lead.
Are Matt McDermott and Michael Dodd.
Nice.
They have 30 seconds to
Good stuff.
It's on the two, spin around 10 times quickly. Pick up the basketball and dribble to their basket to attempt the layup. The first contestant to complete a layup within
Yeah.
the win airfare for 2 to Atlanta for the ATA.
Oh, yeah.
Pacers.
Pierce is a master at that, Mike. That guy lives with that, always pulling his guy into you. And we show these guys, that's what Reggie Miller looks like when he's running down the court.
Okay. How high up are those guys? Okay.
You just went airfare for 2 to Atlanta for the ATA day trip to see the Pacers courtesy of ATA. On ATA, you're on vacation. Thank you, ATA. ATA is offering that day trip to Atlanta for the first away.
We come to you tonight from Indianapolis, Indiana. The Indiana Pacers at home to the Atlanta Hawks. Game 1, the best of 5. Vern Lundquist, Danny Ainge, and a sellout crowd of better than 16,000. Our seats are a little better than these guys, but even up there, the popcorn's pretty good. That is a long long way up there.
I did see a few pair of binoculars, but I think those guys in the top row looked like they came for the food.
Yeah, that popcorn looked awfully good. Christian Leitner on the bench with 2 quick fouls. We get ready for the second quarter. Atlanta has stayed close with 4 of 10 from the outside, but Indiana 5 of 7.
Well, the difference, Vern, is Indiana's not getting anything on the interior. They got to try to find a way. Score inside the paint.
Mookie Blaylock is picked up by rookie Travis Best, who played collegiately at Georgia Tech. He came on in the last 2 games of regular season with 13 points in each of those victories. Ah, what a pretty baseline move by Grant Long.
Dwayne Farrell's a pretty good defensive player. Matter of fact, Larry Brown told us today he may be one of his best post defenders. That's an excellent move by Grant Long going to the basket.
Smith's back on the floor, and he cans a jumper.
Beautiful penetration by Travis Best. He really finished this season strong. Got a lot of confidence right now with the way he played the last few games of the year.
Blaylock in and out. Smith's with a rebound.
See, Vern, that right there, that shot attempt by Mookie Blaylock is why Atlanta is last in the NBA in assists. He shot 620-some three-pointers, and your point guard dribbled the ball down the court. That's a lot of threes.
This time it's Steve Smith who puts it up from 3-point land, and he gets the basket.
And that's where they get all their assists, is in transition. If they don't get in transition, they don't get very many assists. Good find by Mookie Blaylock right there. Steve Smith's got the hot hand.
He's 4 of 5 from the field, and that's significant for Atlanta. They hope to win this game tonight, 29-26. Best and Jackson in at the guard spots now. Here's Smith finding Jackson the open man. Tipped and saved. Nifty play.
Beautiful play by everybody. Mark Jackson, Smith's keeping it alive, and Travis Best using the footwork.
Take a look at Grant Long in that move in the low post.
Well, Grant Long, again, you know, people don't really look at Grant Long as an offensive player, but here they're trying to isolate him against an excellent defensive player. Does a good job and just spins baseline, gets the easy dunk.
Craig Elo has come on now, the veteran, and Jackson puts it up and in for Indiana. Elo, who had a season high of 28 against Indiana in one of the 4 games earlier this year.
Well, Travis Best is doing a good job putting pressure on Mookie Blaylock, trying to pick him up all 94 feet. Knows that Mookie plays a lot of minutes. Try to wear him out as much as they can.
Elo for 3. Yep. He's done that for a few years.
Yeah. I don't think Larry Brown was happy about that. He came up off the bench right away. He didn't want to give Elo, Smith, Blaylock wide open threes off the double teams.
Lead is now 2. Travis Best, Jackson, Farrell. Here's Smith's back to Mark Jackson. Travis Best for 3. Elo battles Farrell for the rebound. Farrell touches it last. Haywood Workman comes off the bench now for Indiana, replacing Mark Jackson. Time has been called.
Officials, timeout.
Yes, sir. Right, let me see this, yeah. Okay, they got Alan Henderson, who's defending him. Was that a mismatch? No, that wasn't really a mismatch.
Jackson.
Okay, run that back real quick one more time. I was trying to see who was defending him. Okay. Well, Jackson has to come and defend the post-up man, though, so... Right. Smith makes a mistake. Shouldn't come to double. They should come off of somebody else. Yeah, Jackson did his thing. Okay. You want to illustrate that? All right. Okay. 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 Let me try it again.
And when it's 12 o'clock, we climb the stair. We never knock.
Good.
Nobody's there.
Okay.
Just me and my shadow.
I wish I could get the telestrator right here.
Yeah, I know it. It's just too bulky.
Well, it's just hitting down here with my left hand. If I was right-handed, it'd be easier.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Gomer and his shadow.
Why was Larry Brown concerned? Right here, Rick Smits starts the train reaction to come down. He's going to leave Craig Elo wide open for the three-point on the weak side. But Rick Smits, right here, they got a good defender on the rookie Henderson. Smits comes over, double teams him. Jackson's the chain reaction has to come down and pick up Rooks under the basket, leaving Elo wide open at the three-point line. That's not the game plan of the Pacers.
Yeah, it would appear that it was Mark Jackson, but in effect it was Rick Smits who made the mistake.
Right, if they're going to double team, if they feel like they need a double team, you can't leave the guy open under the basket with one guy to rotate the basket and the three-point shooter.
You saw the graphic about Larry Brown in his third year here. The last time the Pacers won more than 50 was in the old ABA days when Bob Leonard was the coach, and Bob now a radio broadcaster. Slick. 31-29. Atlanta's only lead was at 3-2 until that basket. Elo again.
That's beautiful execution right there. Haywood Workman just tried to step and bump Mookie. Lost sight of his man. Beautiful cross-court pass.
Smith, soft jumper, too strong. Good position for Grant Long. Here comes Atlanta. 5 rebounds for Long now. Elo has hit 2 of 2. Sean Rooks playing in place of Leitner has it go off of his foot. There's a turnover for Atlanta. Let's see if it pays off for Indiana. 6 turnovers for the Hawks. Antonio Davis back on the floor with Farrell, Smith, Best, and Workman. And all of a sudden, Indiana's grown cold from the field. Here's Elo. Foul by Workman.
Right here, Vern, they move the ball very well, but you'll see Haywood Workman right here try to bump Mookie Blaylock, and Elo slides down to the corner. Haywood out there for defense, loses his side of his man, and Elo makes him pay with a big 3.
Now Travis Best on Blaylock. Workman has Elo. Here's Grant Long. He's guarded by Dwayne Farrell. Doesn't get the roll. Smits with a rebound, quickly into the hands of Haywood Workman. Farrell, nice, good move.
Oh, beautiful move, but Antonio Davis did a beautiful thing. He was like the pulling guard. Took the whole Atlanta defense, shoved them out from the baseline, allowing Farrell to get to the basket.
Indiana back on top by 1. Steve Smith getting ready to come back, as is Christian Leitner. Here's Elo on the low post. Long saves it for Atlanta. Oh, good play.
That was similar to the one we just saw going the other way by Indiana.
But then the offensive foul on an out-of-control Craig Elo.
And that was beautiful defense by Travis Best. Travis Best is an excellent player, Vern. I think he's going to have a great career. I think if he had a chance to play in a different situation where he wasn't a backup or a third-string point guard for most of this year, people will be talking big things about him.
Interesting what Larry Brown said to us about him this morning, that he didn't have pizzazz.
No, he just does the dirty stuff. He just does everything. He plays good D, he can shoot outside, he can penetrate. Very unselfish player. Just a good all-around player.
Here's Smits. Right into the hands of Steve Smith. 3 on 2. McKee comes from behind. And Mookie Blaylock, there's a mismatch with Derek McKee. Steve Smith, Travis Best. Underneath to Leitner for 2.
Beautiful ball movement right there. It all was set up. They recognized the mismatch. Travis Best down on Derek McKee. They moved the ball around, got the easy lay-in.
Back to a 1-point Atlanta edge with 6:40 to go in the first half. The last Atlanta victory here in the playoffs, 1987. .632 to go first half, and the Hawks up by 1.
Timeout, your Pacers.
That would be a good one to show if you have time. That last ball movement play, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was good.
Okay.
Well, I don't think you can get caught up, Craig, in worrying about replacing Reggie. I think if you do that, you're not going to find a way to get 20-something points and have a big post defender and a threat on the court at all times offensively. So I think the most important thing is that everybody does their job. You know, we're not going to score as much, I don't think, or as easily, so we have to find a way to stop them from scoring.
Yes. Okay.
Well, I don't think you can get caught up, Craig, in worrying about replacing Reggie. I think if you do that, you're not going to find a way to get 20-something points and have a big post defender and a threat on the court at all times offensively. So I think the most important thing is that everybody does their job. You know, we're not going to score as much, I don't think, or as easily, so we have to find a way to stop them from scoring.
The Pacers definitely on the defensive, and moments ago Reggie Miller released a statement. In it, he says he's coming along fine. However, the timetable is now 3 weeks to 2 months. There was talk when the series began that he could make an appearance, but now it looks like Reggie Miller will be out for the entire playoffs. Vern?
All right, Greg, that is really unfortunate news, both for Reggie and for the Pacers.
Oh, that kills the Pacers. That gives them... I really felt that the Pacers had the best chance of beating the Bulls sometime down the playoffs if they were to meet. And now that is washed away. The only team to beat the Bulls twice during the regular season, and without Reggie Miller, I just don't believe they can beat Orlando or the Bulls.
They had also defeated Orlando this season, the only team in the NBA to defeat them both. Now, Reggie still suffering from double vision. So that original estimate, here's Leitner in and out. Original estimate of 3 weeks from the time of the surgery. Obviously overly optimistic. Elo goes for the ball. Well, Antonio Davis saves it.
Larry Brown made a good adjustment here. He took Haywood Workman out of the game. He's not much of a threat. He talked about Reggie Miller's threat. He's got a threat out there now. Pierce was good in the first quarter, and Eddie Johnson needs to be that threat here in the second quarter.
No basket. Traveling. Mark Jackson back on the floor now, and he'll replace Travis Best. And Dale Davis getting ready to come on as well. .5:42 to go before halftime. Pacers up by 1. Reggie Jordan, who was signed to 2 10-day contracts, the first of which began back on March 6th, is on the floor now, number 22. Here's Henderson.
Larry Brown was talking about Henderson on that active body on the offensive glass.
Here's Smith. Foul called on Antonio Davis.
You know, Steve Smith is very difficult to defend. He's not lightning quick, Vern, but out here on the perimeter, he's such a good three-point shooter, and he's a tall three-point shooter, so you have to commit yourself. Gives a little ball fake, gets by McKee, draws the foul.
Smith is going to get another rest. Antonio Davis comes on, Eddie Johnson rather, at 37 on May 1st, so he's got a week to enjoy his 36th year. Dale Davis, goaltending. Nevertheless, a pretty impressive play.
Yes. You know, Indiana and Atlanta are tied for the last of all playoff teams in shot blocking. But Derek McKee's missed a lot of games. Rick Smits has missed a lot of games this year. And Atlanta, the only shot blocker they really had was Lang, and they traded him. He's still the leading shot blocker on their team this year, even though he only played 50 games.
Andrew Lang, Spud Webb went to Minneapolis for the Timberwolves. Rick Smith's getting another rest. 6 points, 7 rebounds, and aching feet. It's painful to watch him try and run.
Yeah, it really is, and he's just a shell. Last year, he was so good in the playoffs, Vern. This year, you know, without Reggie Miller and Rick Smith's at whatever, half speed, three-quarter speed at best.
Jackson at the line.
This is not the same Indiana team that Larry Brown had envisioned or Donnie Walsh had envisioned going into this season. They have never been the same. They've never had Ricky Pierce and Eddie Johnson, the outside shooters, to complement the inside game that they planned on when the season started.
1 of 2. And Reggie Jordan, who spent most of this season in the CBA with Sioux Falls, now has the ball in his hands. Sioux Falls, by the way, won the CBA championship last night, defeating Fort Wayne. Jordan, no. Jackson has it. 3 on 2. Left side, Eddie Johnson. Knocked out of bounds by Alan Henderson.
Well, it was a good drive by Reggie Jordan at the other end. He just needs to finish that basket. You miss those driving lanes by your point guards, it opens up the fast break the other way.
There's Reggie Jordan, CBA All-Star this year. And another substitution now for the Pacers. Grant Long comes back in, replacing Alan Henderson.
Alan Henderson gave the Hawks a great lift off the bench, a few offensive rebounds.
Now, what was the name of the high school he went to here in Indianapolis?
Oh, don't ask me that, Vern. I don't know, but he's from Indianapolis.
No. You asked him, he told you.
Reduce? I don't know. I knew you were going to make fun of me. I took a shot at it.
No, I'm not making fun.
What is it? Bredouth.
Brebeuf.
Brebeuf.
Brebeuf, after. Now you've got me confused. I know it was B-R-E-B-E-O-U-F or B-E-U-F. I said, Alan, who is it named after? He said, some old man. The 8th lead change now, 38-36 Indiana.
Well, Indiana continues to pound it down into Dale Davis, Derek McKee, Ricky Pierce, Rick Smith. They got a lot of interior offensive players.
Elo, quick touch pass underneath Leitner, and it's in.
Beautiful execution. Great pass by Elo. Christian Leitner used his body and position well to get the easy lay-in.
Ricky Pierce. Eddie Johnson. A few years of experience between those two. Larry Brown said today, the reason we got them both, the playoffs. Pierce. Underneath. Just beat the clock. But the shot no good. Tie game, 3:28 to go first half. Back to Elo. Nobody there. His third 3.
They got to do a better job of matching up in transition. You got to find your man. These guys are three-point shooters. It's no secret. You got to match up quicker.
Elo at 34 years of age in his 13th year. So the veterans prominent tonight. Reggie Jordan draws the foul. Now look at the three-point percentage tonight.
That's critical for Atlanta. We talked about it before the game, Vern. They need Smith and Blaylock. And Blaylock hasn't got hot yet. He shoots more than anybody. If he gets hot, this could be a successful outing on the road. They haven't won here for 2 years. This is the kind of performance they need from the perimeter.
Jackson back at the line. Leaky Blaylock back on the floor, replacing Jordan.
Number 10, Leaky Blaylock back in the Atlanta lineup.
Quick 3. Blaylock, Elo, Grant Long, Leitner, Steve Smith. The 5 on the floor for Atlanta. Here's Smith back to Elo for his 4th 3.
It all breaks down when you can't defend a guy in the low post and you create mismatches. Unfortunately, you don't want to leave Elo. Elo's got the hot hand. Defend anybody or defend everybody on the perimeter when you double down. Stay at home at Elo.
Atlanta calls time. 2:40 to go in the first half of play. The Hawks up by 4.
Courtesy of the Pacers home court gift shop.
Okay. Tonight's the first night of the NBA playoffs, the first round of best of 5. Seattle and Sacramento tomorrow night. Lakers and Houston next. Utah and Portland just getting underway in a bit. And San Antonio and Phoenix. The second game tonight on TNT. The Los Angeles Lakers and the Houston Rockets, a team Danny Ainge will never count out. Back-to-back world champions. They've got some guys back now.
Well, Vern, they've eliminated my Phoenix Suns team the last 2 years, so when it looked like they had no chance of winning that, so you can never count them out. You just wonder if they're healthy this year. You know, they've gone through so many injuries, but 4 key guys that it'll be interesting to see how fresh and how right on they are.
Back on January 30th, Craig Elo scored 28 on this floor against Indiana. He's got 12 tonight, perfect from the field, 4 3-point shots. And with 2.5 to go in the opening half, the lead is 4. Elo picked up by Eddie Johnson. First miss of the night. Dale Davis, and a foul called on Mookie Blaylock. Oh, he's on the line. Blaylock got the steal, but stepped on the line. 44-40, 3-point shooting has done it for the Atlanta Hawks. Reggie Miller is on the bench, but in street clothes. Surgery for that fractured eye socket. And he announced tonight that it's going to be another 3 weeks to 2 months before he's ready to come back. Dale Davis. Jackson. Good spin move by Elo. X for 2 from Pierce. Nope. Grant long. Atlanta wants to run. Elo asks for the ball. Doesn't take the jumper as Dale Davis comes out. Now he'll take it. Leitner with a nice tip into the hands of Steve Smith. Long goes baseline. Pierce goes with him. Mookie Blaylock for 3. Offensive board for Grant Long. Got it.
Steve Smith's got the hot hand, and right now Atlanta's just staying in the game with offensive rebounds and 3-point shooting. Indiana, if they do give up the offensive rebound, they've got to get back out and find those perimeter shooters.
Atlanta leads by 7. Ricky Pierce, double team, comes from Mookie Blaylock with a steal. Smith takes it, shoots it, gets it.
Good play by Steve Smith. He could have passed it to Elo, I thought, for the easy lay-in, but looked like he lost a little bit of the handle of the ball.
That ball knocked out of bounds. It will be Indiana's. A 20-second timeout called by the Indiana Pacers. Coming up on the Reebok halftime report, Ernie Johnson and Cheryl Miller. Also, Bullets forward Chris Webber will join them in the studio. We'll have highlights of the Knicks-Cavaliers game 1 from Cleveland. And Reggie Theus will talk with Magic Johnson about that Houston-Los Angeles game, which follows us here on TNT. Well, the schedule, game 2 back here Saturday night. Danny and I will be here for that one, and we'll be in Atlanta for game 3 Monday night on TNT. Then game 4 on Thursday in Atlanta if necessary, and game 5 back at Market Square Arena if necessary.
Well, Vern, there's one of the best 3-point shooters to ever put on an NBA uniform. But right now, Steve Smith and Craig Elo are doing the 3-point shooting, keeping Atlanta in the lead right here. They're just dominating the game from the 3-point line.
And it was 31-26 when Elo came on and began the barrage of 3-pointers. That was an Indiana lead of 31-26, and right now the lead is 9 as we get set for the halftime break. Shot clock off, and there's the last shot of the first half. No good. Craig Elo and Steve Smith lead the Atlanta Hawks to a 9-point halftime lead. Elo hit 4 in a row from three-point range. Thank you, sir.
Shooting those running hooks, as opposed he doesn't look like he's in pain when he's shooting the fadeaway. So we'll see if Larry was able to get to Smits and try to get him to forget about the pain and try to get the ball to the rim.
Pacers are also missing Reggie Miller tonight. Not only his points, but also his leadership. And how about the three that you think need to pick it up tonight?
Well, right here, Davis with 2. Those guys probably would have scored those even if Reggie had played. So I think they're missing Reggie's 13 or 14 points, and that's the difference in the game.
Reggie, who, if you did join us late tonight, addressed his teammates before the game and then released a statement once the game was underway, indicating he will be out for at least 3 more weeks, possibly 2 months. Surgery to repair the blowout fracture of the eye socket. Here's Smith on the block from Ricky Pierce.
Good defense by Ricky Pierce. Smith made a couple of those in the first half, even though Ricky played pretty good D.
McKee is fouled as he takes it to the basket.
Mookie Blaylock draws the foul.
Mookie Blaylock picks up the foul. Lenny Wilkins' team 9 of 14 from three-point range in the first half.
2 shots for your
Craig Elo hits 4 of those. Here's McKee at the free throw line.
Vern, Indiana just has to do a better job at the defensive end. They gave him way too many good looks at the three-pointers. They got to cut that down, play better one-on-one defense in the post, and not allow those three-point shooters to get the looks.
Blaylock and Long, Leitner, Steve Smith, Stacey Augmon on the floor for Atlanta. Last time they played here, early April, they lost by 2. Atlanta did, 97-95. Foul away from the ball. Called on Mark Jackson.
Well, Mark Jackson switched on the pick, picked up Long off this play right here. You got 2 mismatches. You got Blaylock being defended by Davis, and you got Jackson fighting for his life in the low post.
Long gets the inbounds pass. Leitner. Off the dribble, goes by Smith. McKee comes to help defensively. That leaves Long open. And Dale Davis with a rebound. 7 rebounds for Dale Davis.
Well, Smith's got some help right there. He got beat off the dribble by Leitner. Long had the wide open look. They need to convert that.
Now Long fronting Dale Davis, who does get the entry pass, goes to his right, misses the shot. Smits can't get the rebound. Steve Smith does. And Rick Smits labors up the floor.
You can see, Vern, every time he shoots, every time he jumps, he just grimaces in pain. That facial expression. So you know he's hurting out there, and you know he hasn't practiced at all the whole season for that matter. So you know he's just out there doing the best he can, 50 or 60%.
Leitner misses his shot, but Augmon with another offensive board for the Atlanta Hawks. Augmon, who had 23 in the season finale at Miami, a victory that gave Atlanta the 6th seed. That's his first basket tonight. Here's Smits, intercepted by Augmon. 2-on-2, Jackson back. The feed goes to Mookie Blaylock, who gets it to go in.
And again, that's the other thing that Atlanta does. You know, they're last in field goal percentage of all playoff teams, last in field goal opponents, but they're 3rd in creating turnovers in the NBA, and that's how they survive. Second shots and creating turnovers. 16
turnovers per game is the average for Atlanta. Forced turnovers, that is. Here's Smits. Got it.
Well, you can see right there, Smits doesn't have a lot of lift, does a lot of ball fakes, but ends up shooting the fadeaway.
Well, you talked with him, I know, this morning about the foot injury, and it's something he's had for a long time, right?
Oh, yeah, he's had it all year long. He's actually had it since he was a kid in high school, so it's nothing new. He's just going through the pain right now. He had surgery on the left foot this summer. That one's actually better than the old one where he had surgery on in college, his right foot.
55-44. Double-digit lead for the Atlanta Hawks. The double comes from Mookie Blaylock on Smits. And that time he did take it at Leitner.
Well, that time Christian Leitner tried the old Charles Barkley backpedal defense and allowed Smits to get right to the basket, almost falling down, but was able to regain control.
and roll. Blaylock intercepted by Ricky Pierce. Blaylock is back defensively. The foul on Steve Smith from behind.
Well, Stacey Ogman right here. He's anticipating the passing lane right here on the double team. And Smith doesn't see Stacey, comes out of nowhere. Stacey just got an easy putback on a tip in, then makes a big defensive play, feeding Blaylock for the fast break 2. Stacey Ogman's, you can't even look at a stat sheet and see what kind of game he plays. He's a defensive specialist, keeps the ball alive, very unselfish player, does all the little things it takes to win.
Ricky Pierce gets the first free throw. Atlanta takes a 20-second timeout. The lead is 8 with 8:35 to go. Third quarter. Lenny Wilkens with 1,014 victories now in the NBA. And of course, he'll be the coach of the Dream Team in Atlanta.
That's awesome, Vern. 1,014 wins. That is absolutely incredible.
23rd year of coaching. Well, between these two, Larry Brown has 991. That's ABA, NBA, and his collegiate career. So we're looking at almost more than 2,000 victories between these two coaches. And might I hasten to say they're both very young.
They look young. They look fresh. They seem like they love what they're doing, and they both have done a great job at their respective teams.
Larry Brown in his third year here. Lenny Wilkens his third year in Atlanta. Ricky Pierce at the line, shooting the second of 2.
I find it ironic, though. Lenny Wilkens, one of the great assist men of all time, is coaching a team that's last in the NBA in assists. I know that's not his style.
55-48, 8:25 to go, third quarter. Jackson picks up another one. Oh, no, beg your pardon, 3-second violation. Well, this crowd trying to will Indiana back into the ball game. Well, they're not back into it. They're only down by 8, but they've really been lethargic since midway through the second quarter of play.
Atlanta's done a good job taking the crowd out of the game. That's what you have to do on the road in the playoffs.
Antonio Davis guarded by Leitner. There's Leitner's third foul. That looked like a cheap one. Christian Leitner playing in his first playoff game tonight. And a technical foul called.
3 team fouls
No.
in the period.
We thought he'd gotten the tee.
Well, let's see. He's got pretty good position right here. He's got illegal. His arm bent down on the low post. Goes up for the shot. I think that Salvatore thought that Leitner pushed him in the hip. Tough to tell from this angle. You know, when they get to the playoffs, they take the top 32 officials. Right here, his arm. He's almost fouling him right there. Hand checked him, gave him a little shove in the hip.
With the right arm.
It's amazing what you can get away with just that little hand check right there.
Now Lenny and Bennett disagreeing on the call on the far side. And Antonio Davis hits the free throw.
It's not a real foul. I mean, it's a foul, it looked like to me, but it's one that you hope they don't call.
Lead is 5, 8:09 to go. A 6-0 run on the opening night of the playoffs here on TNT. Houston and Los Angeles follow from the West Coast. Leitner puts up a tough shot and then gets the follow. Has it tipped out of his hands from behind, but Pierce wasn't ready, and here's Smith.
Oh, two bad bonehead plays by both teams right there. Fortunately, Atlanta came out with the ball. Christian Leitner didn't see Derek McKee sneak up from behind, and Mookie Blaylock knocks the ball away again.
Well, there's a case where Ricky Pierce should not have used his head. Here's McKee.
Well, Ricky Pierce is a scorer, and he had his head down and was taken off to fill the lane to try to get the 2 points.
Lead of 5, Blaylock guarded by Mark Jackson. Ogman, good defense by McKee. Jumper is good.
Good play by Christian Leitner. He bailed Stacey Augman out. Stacey had nowhere to go with the ball. 4 seconds on the shot clock. That's the advantage of having a center that can step outside and hit the shot.
Jackson. Blaylock defending on Antonio Davis. And another foul on Leitner. That's 4. And he's going to come chat about it now. Christian Leitner arguing that he had contact with his forearm, and it appeared that he did. Yeah?
I'd like to see a replay of that foul. That one.
To Los Angeles, courtesy of ATA. Get out of your seat and report immediately.
New York won? Oh, really? Wow.
By the way, fans, ATA is offering a day trip to Atlanta for the first away game of round 1 on Monday the 29th. Fans can make reservations by calling ATA Vacations at 1-800-442-8952.
Did Mason, I mean not Mason, but did what's Oakley play? I didn't see any of that game.
I didn't see it either. Okay. One game completed on the first night of the NBA playoffs. New York wins big over Cleveland tonight. Tomorrow, Chicago, Miami. Danny and I will be there. That game on TBS. And Indiana, Atlanta back here on Saturday night. Orlando, Detroit tomorrow night. And the second game of our TNT doubleheader tonight. Magic Johnson and the Los Angeles Lakers, who secured the 4th seed, take on the back-to-back defending world champion Houston Rockets. That's coming up next. Christian Leitner.
He's still very upset about both those calls, Vern. You can live with one, but when you have 2 ticky-tack fouls down the low post, it's very, very frustrating. You feel like you're being picked on and singled out. And Ben Salvatore made both those calls, and so Christian is attacking him still from the bench.
And Indiana's going to be in the penalty now for the last 6:29 of the third quarter. Stacey Augman with a foul.
Well, Dale Davis hasn't been much of an offensive threat tonight. Here he crashes the boards on a good drive by Derek McKee. Just isn't able to finish the lane.
And the foul changed now to Henderson instead of Augman. Dale Davis, whose weakness is right here. He's hitting only 47% for the season from the line.
That is terrible.
I was waiting for your critique.
Well, I know he's a terrible free throw shooter, but as good a rebounder as he is, he should just throw him off the rim and hope he can get him back.
Worst free throw shooter you ever saw was
Chris Dunn.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, Chris has actually improved his free throw shooting to 51% this year. That's a career high.
Lenny Wilkins arguing with Salvatore. And it was ruled on the line, and Indiana has it. They trail by 7, 6-12 remaining.
This is an important time for Atlanta to just play basketball. They haven't got the benefit of a few calls here. They just need to keep playing and not let the crowd get back involved in this game.
Davis not quite ready for the pass from Mark Jackson. Mookie Blaylock Grant Long, Smith, Augman, and Alan Henderson for Atlanta.
Well, they got Alan Henderson playing center right now. You'd think that Rick Smits could go in there and take a big advantage of that. But at the same time, you don't know who he's going to match up with at the other end.
Smits continues to rest his aching feet and perhaps escape the ire of Larry Brown, who didn't sound too happy with him in his halftime conversation with Craig Sager. Here's Jackson, Ricky Pierce, Grant Long defending.
Grant Long calls his first penalty in effect.
Well, Larry Brown's got very frustrated. Here he's going to put Smits right back in the game, but he knows Smits is doing the best he can. Smits just has sore feet. It's very difficult to play the game when all your weight is on your feet. I had a chance to play a lot with Bill Walton and Kevin McHale, and they went through a lot of those same things, and you just can't do the same things down in the low post.
Ricky Pierce, who is an 85% free throw shooter this season, clanks one. Smits back, replacing Antonio Davis. Well, the numbers for Rick Smits tonight. Leitner 3 of 8 and 2 of 3 over Rooks.
And they double teamed him the first few times of the game and then really haven't double teamed him since then.
Pierce 1 of 2. 8-point lead, 5:20 to go. Quarter number 3. Blaylock, Henderson, now Sean Rooks.
Right, Lenny countered it and put Sean Rooks right in the game to not only defend Rick Smits, but to try to go at him in the low post.
Jackson saves it after he made a mistake. But it goes, instead of to his teammate, into the hands of Blaylock. Rooks.
Sean Rooks can do that. He can score in the low post. He's just trying to get comfortable with Lenny's system coming over from Minnesota. But there's one thing he can do down there, Vern, and that's score and put a lot of pressure on Smits.
Sean Rooks, who played collegiately as Arizona with Brian Williams and Sean Elliott for Lute Olson. That's out of bounds, and it'll be inbounded by the Pacers.
Right here, Smits is trying to battle, use his body, but he just can't get up and contest the shot, even though he's 7'4". He just can't get up after pushing to try to contest the fadeaway jumper by Sean Rooks in the low post.
22nd timeout call by the Indiana Pacers. A 10-point lead, 63-53. Steve Smith, who this season had shot only 35% in 4 games against Indiana. And tonight, matched up with Ricky Pierce, he had a good first half.
Yes, he's done a good job. He's done it in transition. He's done it from the three-point line. He's done it in isolation situations. Good all-around offensive game from Steve Smith.
Back to play at 4:33 to go, third quarter. Smith kicks it out to Jackson for 3.
Mark hasn't been much of an offensive factor in this game, but that's where he's got to make a pay. When they do decide to double on Rick Smits, that's when it's been most effective for Indiana. When they don't double team him, they've had a lot more success.
Smits late getting back. Henderson to Long. Takes McKee, short. Smits. Loose ball foul. Grant Long, second foul.
Yeah, an ill-advised shot by Long. It looked like they were confused on offense that possession. But again, Rick Smits went up to get the rebound. Just didn't seem like he was getting the same lift. The smaller Long got up there to contest that rebound. Unfortunately, caught his arm.
Rick Smits with 1 plus the penalty for your Pacers.
Smits at the free throw line. Indiana is 12 of 17 at the line tonight. And he gets the penalty. Atlanta has been to the free throw line only 4 times. The lead was 9 at the half. Craig Elo ignited a turnaround in the second quarter for Atlanta. They came from 6 down to up 9. Elo has not played in this half despite 12 points in that second quarter.
Well, Lenny's trying to save Elo for the fourth quarter. You know those old 34-year-old legs, they got to save him down the stretch.
Ricky Pierce call for a foul away from the ball.
I thought that was a good call. Ricky and Steve Smith were getting very, very physical. Dave Jones recognized it, called the foul right away.
Largest lead of the ball game, 11 at 55-44. Pacers back within 5. Here's Rooks guarded by Smits. Blaylock gets it back from Long. Good defensive job by Mark Jackson. Off the pick, Mookie Blaylock for 3.
Big shot by Mookie. The crowd was starting to get back into the game. Good pick. Grant Long was all the way on the other side of the basket, sprinted over, freed up Ricky or Mookie for the easy 3-point shot.
Smits quickly with the jumper. Off the feed from Ricky Pierce. Elo getting ready to re-enter the fray. Leitner sits with 4 fouls. Here's Sean Rooks in his place. Elbow, no call. Blaylock for 3, no. McKee gets the board. Jackson, 3-on-1. Pierce will shoot free throws.
Oh, boy.
Have you ever seen a sequoia fall? Rick Smits went to the floor and there was no foul call. Big shot by Mookie Blaylock.
I'm trying to be on my behavior when the officials for when we really need it. I can get on them.
Yeah, okay.
You know,
boy, this is really...
There's some questionable ones. Those 2 on Leitner. It really looked to me like Salvatore was trying to get Leitner on that second one, you know, and I can understand Leitner's frustration. But right here, they got the good double team. They actually just kind of hit him with his head. Run that back real quick, can you? Watch, he doesn't throw an elbow. He just lifts the ball up and smacks Smith right in the face. Right here. That's a good way to get out of the double team right there. Use the ball as a weapon. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Pacer fans, you're in the Pace Fades, working on the first in the night.
So you'd like to play in the NBA, Vern Rotz. Right here, they got 2 7-footers that come down and double team on Rooks. He can't see anything. This ball he uses as a weapon as he escapes the double team. Hits Smith right in the face with the ball. Finds the open guys on the perimeter. Good move. Well, it's a good way to escape the double team right there.
I thought Smits had become victim of a Dutch elm disease. Elo, 12 points, second quarter. It's a 6-point Atlanta lead with 2:40 to go, third quarter. Greg Elo, whose mother played basketball for Wayland Baptist in Plainview, Texas. Back in the late 50s, early 60s. And the Pacers shooting free throws once again. 2:40 to go, third quarter. Ricky Pierce.
Is this your nightly Texas story?
Yeah. I give you one per game. Oh, I've got another one.
You have to wait till tomorrow night for that one.
No, Ricky Pierce. I watched him play at Mesquite High School.
And he played at Rice University.
He could shoot then too.
Shooters are born, Vern. They're not learned, they're born. It's in their genes, just like Elo. He got it from his mother.
Blaylock. Smith.
They shouldn't have to double team Smith. Derek McKee, their best defender, down on the low post.
Ah, nifty.
Boy, that just shows you how good Smith is. He has scored on some really good defense tonight.
19 points for Steve Smith on 8 of 11 shooting. 2:03 to go, third quarter. Lead still 6. Here's Pierce. Elo guards him. Double comes to Grant Long. Travis Best on the floor now for Larry Brown, the Pacers.
You can see Indiana just doesn't have the same kind of pacing, spacing, and outside threat that Atlanta has.
Blaylock, Elo. Almost loses it. Antonio Davis guards it. That shot from Steve Smith is short. McKee gets the rebound. McKee, Antonio Davis, Ricky Pierce, Travis Best, and Dale Davis. Best! That's for 2.
Well, right after we just said that spacing, that was perfect spacing. And those Indiana point guards have got to make them pay Atlanta for gambling so much in the low post.
Blaylock has had kind of a quiet night. Here's Grant Long. That's off the mark. Alan Henderson called for the foul.
Vern, right here, we're going to see the good spacing by Atlanta. You can see Best is all the way over on the wing. They're going to come over and double team him, and the ball's eventually going to be swung all the way around back to Best for the easy three-point shot. They just can't get to him. And Best is maybe the best perimeter shooter. He's got beautiful form, and he's really been stroking the ball the last couple of weeks when the minutes have come.
Take a look at tonight's Chevy scoreboard. 106-83. New York defeats Cleveland. And Portland and Utah just getting underway in Salt Lake City. Dale Davis gets an ovation. 47% free throw shooter, gets the first, shoots the penalty.
Well, with Dale Davis on the line, I think I'd stick Antonio Davis and Derek McKee up there and try to get the offensive rebound, because there's a better chance he's going to miss.
Oh, you negative person, you.
Hey, it's still odds that he's going to miss. I got to play for the miss when he's standing at the free throw line.
Dale Davis, 47% free throw shooter, hits 2 in a row, and the lead is a deuce. Grant Long. Dale Davis gets the rebound. That's 10 rebounds and a chance to tie or take the lead. McKee takes Elo, misses the shot. And a loose ball foul called on Grant Long. I beg your pardon.
Too bad for Derek McKee. He made a beautiful move, just lost his footing a little bit. Wasn't able to finish on the lay-in.
Antonio Davis with the foul. Dwayne Farrell comes in, replacing Dale Davis. Haywood Workman is on the floor now to join Travis Best in the backcourt for Indiana. So it's Best and Workman, Antonio Davis, Farrell, and McKee in the final 20 seconds of the third quarter.
Atlanta likes to run a high pick and roll with somebody right here for this last shot.
Blaylock to Elo. Indiana with yet another chance to tie or take the lead. Best.
Beautiful play by Best.
A 15-5 Indiana run in the last 4 minutes and 47 seconds. We're notched at 68 with a quarter to play.
Tie ball game.
Good, Brian. Thank you.
We got a game, baby.
Oh,
Aren't you glad we didn't have Cleveland, New York tonight?
oh boy.
Mostly because of the Comfort Inn.
Yes. Yeah. And watch them lose at home by 23. Oh. Okay, right downtown, yeah. Monument, okay. Do we know, is that World War I or World War II? Okay. Well, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. Welcome back to Indianapolis, Indiana, Game 1, best of 5 playoff series. And in the heart of Indianapolis, the Soldiers and Sailors Monument, one of the landmarks of this city. And a crowd ignited by the play of Travis Best to tie this thing up at the end of 3. Vern Lundquist, Danny Ainge, Indiana and Atlanta, Game 1, best of 5.
Well, Vern, we had a great spark by Travis Best coming off the bench there in the third quarter. Scored 5 points in a row. A big play at the end of the quarter. Get the crowd really buzzing. It's fun to see those young guys come in and do it. We've had a pretty good contrast. We have the 22-year-old kids and the 36-year-old grandparents out there.
As we begin the final quarter, we've got Travis Best, Rick Smits back on the floor, Antonio Davis, Dwayne Farrell, and Mark Jackson for Indiana. And a chance to take the lead for the first time since they were up midway through the second quarter. Smits guarded by Leitner, who plays with 4 fouls. Skip pass to Travis Best. Shot clock violation for the Pacers.
Yeah, Travis needs to recognize how much time's on the clock, but they also need to get the ball down to Smits earlier in the possession. Atlanta did an excellent job coming out of that timeout. Lenny diagrammed the defense for Leitner to go out and trap the ball early. It confused Indiana, which caused that turnover.
Now let's check the 5 on the floor for Atlanta here early in the fourth. Greg Elo, who had 12 points in the second quarter. Leitner plays with 4. Mookie Blaylock, Alan Henderson. Here's Blaylock, who is fouled as he drives the lane.
Good penetration by Blaylock. They're taking away the three-point shot. You got to be able to get the ball in the paint and create for yourself or your teammates.
Tied at 68, 11-16 remaining. Here's Blaylock. Travis Best defensively. Ogman. Back to Leitner with the jumper from 17. And Antonio Davis with the rebound. Indiana doing a much better job on the boards in this half. Here's Best for 3, in and out. Ogman into Mookie Blaylock's hands. Now Elo. Leitner. Acknowledging that Smits can't move that well, takes it strong to the basket.
Right, and the help was just a little bit late coming over. Rick Smits has to concede the jump shot to Leitner and take away the drive. Here he gives him the jumper and still is not able to move those feet well enough to stop the penetration.
Antonio Davis with the foul, his 4th, and Leitner misses the free throw.
Oh, there's no excuse for that, Vern. Antonio Davis didn't want that ball bad enough. Gave it up to Mookie Blaylock on the missed free throw.
Underneath, Stacey Ogman can't handle it.
That happens a lot when you got a big guy trying to box out a little guy on the free throw line. They just take those little guys for granted.
Davis with 4 fouls. That's the 12th Atlanta turnover. Here's Smits, guarded by Leitner. Double comes from Blaylock. They get it back to Jackson. Travis Best returns the pass. Elo knocks it loose from behind, out of Burrell's hands. 16 turnovers for Indiana. Elo. Indiana again. Best. And spin move goes by Stacey Ogden. Hawks lead by 2. Jackson for 3 points. Leitner gets position in the rebound. Here's Elo at the other end. Augment.
Travis Best with the foul. His first. Official
Time is called. 9:33 to go.
If you're happy and you know it, if you really gotta show it. If you're happy and you
Okay. Wow.
What are they, 5 for 5? 4 for 5? What are they? Wow.
What is that? Okay.
What is Indiana shooting? Brian, what's Indiana shooting 3-pointers tonight?
Indiana 3 points.
2 for 8, okay.
2 of 8. And time for tonight's Dutch boy in the paint. Perfect, of course. It has to be Rick Smits. Ultimately, the Hawks in the first half out-rebounded by the Pacers 22-20, but 11-7 since then. And look at the difference in the free throws.
Well, that's what's keeping the Pacers in the game, Vern, is their free throw shooting. They're getting outshot from the three-point line, but they're staying in the game with the three-point shooting, which is unusual. Even though Indiana averages nearly 30 free throws a game, they're on the pace to do that tonight. Atlanta gives up the least amount of free throws per game, only 17 points a game from the free throw line to their opponents.
9:33 remaining in this game 1 of the best-of-5 playoff series. Travis Best guards Mookie Blaylock. Leitner gives it off to Alan Henderson, playing before a hometown crowd.
Boy, that's one thing that Leitner can do, going out to the center position. He can't guard Smits in the low post, but Smits can't guard him on the perimeter. Almost like a point guard mentality. Penetrate and create for your teammates.
Pick and roll, Mark Jackson. Smits with the putback. It's good. Smits has 16. The lead again is 2. Ogman.
Wayne Burrell draws the foul. His first personal.
Well, a sellout crowd at Market Square Arena as these two teams meet for the 3rd consecutive year in the playoffs. Last year, it was a 3-0 sweep for Indiana en route to the Eastern Conference Finals. 2 years ago, in the semifinals, Indiana defeated Atlanta 4-2. Right now, 72-70 with 8:40 remaining. A 6-point lead at the end of the first quarter of play. Here's Blaylock. Became a 9-point deficit for Indiana, and Leitner gets another one.
Leitner's come back in the fourth quarter after picking up those 2 fouls in the third quarter. Very frustrated sitting on the bench. Kept his cool, kept his head in the game, and been a huge factor so far in Atlanta's lead.
Best, McKee. Elo takes it away from Smits. Finds Blaylock. Now Elo over Jackson. Hit those 4 in a row in the second quarter and hasn't hit one since.
Well, maybe an ill-advised shot right there. Leitner was wide open as Smith was very slow getting back down the court.
7:50 to go. Derek McKee to Rick Smits. Stripped away by Leitner. Blaylock again. Henderson open for the jumper.
Wide open shots by Atlanta, although Indiana will live with that shot. Right now they're getting the ball down to the low post of Indiana. They're being double teamed, and they've got to convert those open perimeter shots.
Foul away from the ball. Ogman picks up the foul.
So right here, Ogman just trying to fight McKee from getting down into the low post, get good position. Got a little bit too aggressive down there.
Time has been called.
And they're going to select Star and News T-shirts to the loudest fans, but you got to make some noise.
Yo. Oh, yeah.
Who's that, Leitner?
Yeah.
What, 2.5 years ago? Oh, okay.
4 years ago.
Who's getting the shot? Who's getting Reggie's shots? Have you figured that out yet? Okay.
Oh, I heard nothing.
Let's see, leave that there for a second. Let's see. Okay.
Reggie Miller here, but in a suit, not a uniform tonight. Averaging 14 field goal attempts per game, and where are the shots coming from to make up for him?
Well, you can see Pierce is already to his season average going in the fourth quarter. Smits is getting more than his share. McKee's getting more than his share. Vern, I remember when I used to play for Boston, I remember we used to, when Bird or McHale or someone didn't play, we used to fight over those field goal attempts.
And you've always told me, and I'm learning now, that the most important stat in the game is FGA, right?
Absolutely.
Not FGM, but FGA.
FGAs.
Field goal attempts. 6-point lead, Atlanta. Elo. Antonio Davis calls for it. Leitner with 4 fouls backs away. Davis shoots the fadeaway and gets it.
Very aggressive post-up move. I think that Larry's a little bit frustrated. They haven't been getting much with Smits. He got 14 shots, but they haven't really been making him pay. Smits has making Atlanta pay down to the low post. So they're going to try to go to Antonio Davis and Derek McKee down there.
Here's Leitner, kicks it outside. Steve Smith takes it to the basket and his fouls.
5 team fouls on the Pacers.
Foul on Derek McKee, 3rd foul, 5 team fouls. And Smith at the line.
Very smart move by Steve Smith. Again, because he's been shooting the ball so well from the three-point line tonight and all year for that matter. He's such a threat that he takes the ball inside, gets to the rim, draws the foul. It's only the 6th free throw they've shot all night.
Number 43, Grant Long returning to the lineup.
Grant Long back on the floor, replacing Alan Henderson.
This could play a big factor down the stretch of this game. Atlanta already in the penalty and have only committed one team foul at the other end.
Jackson, Dale Davis, Antonio Davis, McKee, Ricky Pierce back on the floor. Elo guards him. And Elo picks up the foul.
Reggie Miller, foul his second. 2 team fouls on Atlanta.
Second team foul. And McKee with the inbound pass. Indiana hasn't attempted much from outside in this half. They've tried interior offense of 77-72. They missed that one.
Let's see if Atlanta tries to take advantage of the fact that they're in the penalty. Keep taking the ball to the basket. Not a smart play by Dale Davis. When you're in the penalty, you can't afford to take chances like that and make silly fouls.
Coming up immediately after our game, the NBA defending champions, the Houston Rockets, take on the Lakers and Magic Johnson. Live from the Great Western Forum, Jim Durham, Reggie Theus, and Scott Hastings will be there.
I like the Lakers, Vern.
Do you?
With the home court advantage. Plus, Sabalos has already been on summer vacation, so he's in no hurry to get the season over with. And I just question Houston's health. I don't question their heart or their talent, but I just really question their health.
Well, of course, and Van Exel is back after his misadventure. And Magic Johnson having served his suspension. Hellball, Elo, and Pierce. To go. Atlanta up by 7. Indiana at home trailed by 9 at the break. They got back to tie it at 68 all to begin this quarter, but things have been going that way. And a foul underneath on the Hawks.
Well, the Hawks are telling the official, no, it's not a one-shot foul, it's a two-shot foul. They want Dale Davis to go to the free throw line and shoot those. I haven't seen that before, Werner. Steve Smith said, no, he was shooting.
Well, he lost the argument. Dale Davis, who hit back-to-back free throws in that third quarter. Antonio Davis, long. Foul before the shot.
Antonio Davis is being very aggressive down in the low post right now. Right now, they're back in the penalty. Knicks foul. Both teams will be shooting free throws.
5.5 to go, opening game of the best-of-5 series. And this one's called on Antonio. No. Antonio Davis, and that's 5 fouls on him. My goodness. Into Steve Smith.
That's great execution. Again, Derek McKee, a very good one-on-one post defender. Steve Smith is making him look silly down there the last 2 times he's posted him up.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, let's see what happens. He comes across the lane. Gets caught on the high side. It's a good pick. He gets caught on the high side. Good pass.
Elo?
Yeah, show the cross pick. Okay. Okay.
21st, Indiana Bank.
Well, right here, Craig Elo, who hasn't scored a point in the entire second half, but he shows that there are a lot more important things in the game. Comes across the lane, sets a good pick on Derek McKee. Steve Smith comes over to the paint. Mookie Blaylock makes an excellent feed as Derek McKee goes for the high side steal. Gives up the easy dunk by Steve Smith. Steve Smith's been the hot hand, carrying him offensively throughout the second half and the first half.
And the lead is 9 with 5:08 remaining in regulation. Indiana having tied it up 68 all. Then Laker came back and just picked up his 5th foul.
Well, and that sends the Pacers to the line. No time goes off the clock. Leitner's been having an excellent fourth quarter.
They were up 59-52, they being Atlanta, when he picked up his 3rd and 4th fouls. So that 7-point lead dissipated in the last stages of the 3rd quarter. We began the 4th period tied at 68. Laettner came back on.
You know, in all fairness to Christian, he's got 5 fouls defending one of the best offensive centers in the game, Rick Smith. He's not a center. You know, he's more of a power forward, even a small forward for that matter. But he does a good job. He's good fundamentals, boxes out well. Has been averaging 8 rebounds a game since he came to Atlanta. A good all-around basketball player, but not a center.
Lead is 8. 4:45 to go. Grant Long. 4 on the shot clock. Steal from Smits. 4:30 remaining. Smits calls for it. Instead, Ricky Pierce gets it. Pierce puts up a shot, and he'll shoot 2.
Steve Smith with his 3rd.
Atlanta with 4 full timeouts. Indiana with 2. Neither team has a 20, and both teams are in the penalty.
Good basketball by Ricky Pierce there. He's a master at getting to the free throw line. He knows the team's in the penalty. Put the shoulder down, go to the hole. Try to get to the free throw line. It's the best way to make a comeback, especially if you can't shoot the threes.
5 of 6 tonight. Now make it 6 of 7. Right in front of us, Craig Elo is jawing with the rather vocal fans in the court side. Got them both. 4:20 remaining. 6-point game. Blaylock. Smits fouled him.
Well, you see everybody else in the arena complaining, but you don't see Larry Brown or Rick Smits complaining. Man, must have been a good call. He comes over to help from the weak side. Gets him with the arm. Good call by the official, even though the crowd doesn't like it.
And Mookie Blaylock at the line for the first time tonight. Utah leading Portland. And earlier tonight on TBS, New York defeated Cleveland at Cleveland. Blaylock 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He's also suffered from the field 3 of 10 shooting the ball tonight. Goes for the steal. Jackson saves it. Under 4 minutes and a 7-point deficit for Indiana. Ricky Pierce for 3. Wasn't set when he went up. At the other end, there's Blaylock.
That's a beautiful pass by Craig Elo. Looking down the court, getting the loose ball.
Elo guarding Pierce. Here's Smits again. Illegal defense call.
Right here, good shot attempt by Ricky Pierce. Just doesn't have a real good grip on the ball. Elo with the loose ball gets a quick grip. Knew that Blaylock took off. Good heads-up play by Elo.
First illegal defensive call we've had tonight. Here's Smits. lead. Atlanta trying to win here for the first time in the playoffs since '87. And McKee's 3 cuts the lead to 6.
And that's a huge shot by Indiana because Atlanta's had no fear of double teaming. They don't even care if they shoot three-pointers. Now, with only a 6-point lead with under 3 minutes, they got to be a little bit more concerned.
Smith, Leitner. Leitner's got 14 points.
Steve Smith made a great penetration right there, dish for Leitner, but they both carried him offensively here in the fourth quarter. Steve Smith's having a heck of a game.
Ricky Pierce to Smith. The double comes from Elo. And Smith puts it up off the glass as Leitner, playing with 5 fouls, had to be a little careful. Steal. McKee.
They got to keep taking it to the hole. Indiana's got to get the ball in the basket or get to the free throw line. No shot blockers on the court for Atlanta.
Under 2 to play. Smits. Leitner plays him. Back to Jackson. Grant Long. At the other end, here's Blaylock. He'll bring it back to half court.
Good play by Mookie Blaylock. They got to make sure they get a good shot attempt with every possession with a 6-point lead.
Three on the shot clock. Smith had to put up a bad shot.
That wasn't a
Look at
bad
this.
shot. That was a terrible shot. They lucked out. They got the offensive rebound. Christian Leitner had Rick Smits isolated at the top of the key. Steve Smith's clapping for the ball. Give it to him so he can shoot that.
Maybe that's why Lenny Wilkins called time.
I think so. They got to make sure they get a good shot every time. Did you see that?
Yeah, it was
Christian
awful.
Leitner's got the ball. He's got an open 20-footer, or he can drive by. And Steve Smith's over there going, you know, give me the ball. I'm hot. Give me the ball. And then shoots that. Okay, so who took that timeout? I'm sorry, Atlanta took it?
Atlanta did, yeah.
Atlanta's down to 3. Actually, Atlanta's 2 because they lost one automatically.
Yeah.
Leitner's got 5 fouls. Who
Yeah.
else has 5?
Dale Davis? No. Antonio Davis?
He's out of the game right now.
You got 4. Okay. Yep.
Yes. Okay. Penetrate, post up, spot ups, assists. Okay. Good. Yeah. What is Pierce? How many points does Pierce have?
Pierce?
Brian? 13 points tonight.
.117 remaining. 87 team possessions for Atlanta tonight. See what Steve Smith has done, Danny.
Well, Vern, he's done it all. He's penetrated, he's post up, he's spotted up. He's got a few assists on the night, 24 big points. And he really got the team on fire in the first half when they needed it. Him and Elo from the three-point line, and in this fourth quarter, he's done a great job. And he's held a great scoring Ricky Pierce to 3 for 10 shooting. Very good job, great game by Steve Smith up to this point.
Larry Brown said they wanted Steve Smith to play defense. He's done a pretty good job tonight. 1:17 to go. Elo inbounds. Grant Long, Christian Leitner, Mookie Blaylock, and here's Steve Smith. Guarded by McKee. Long in the paint. And McKee picks up the foul.
You know, that's very smart basketball by Atlanta. They came out of the timeout. I don't know if they had a set play to go to Grant Long, but they recognized that Eddie Johnson, who hasn't played very much on the night, not as good a post defender as the Davis brothers in there, but they went right to Long. They recognized the best mismatch they had in Long, took advantage of it and got to the free throw line.
Long gets the first. Atlanta as a team is now 9 of 12 at the line tonight. Stacey Augman comes in replacing Leitner.
A defensive substitution. Leitner with 5 personal fouls. Augman's going in there to play defense on Eddie Johnson.
Last trip here in early April, Atlanta lost 97-95. They've not won a playoff game here in 9 years. They were swept in the series 3-0 last year. That one's out of bounds. Who gets it? Jump ball. 53 seconds to go and an 8-point lead.
Big possession for Indiana. They've got to have this tip.
Davis and Steve Smith will jump it. And Jackson chases it down for the Pacers.
They got to score. A small lineup by Atlanta. Take it to the basket and try to get a foul.
Smith. Jump ball. Whoa, what a defensive play by Steve Smith.
Steve Smith's done it all tonight. We said he's played excellent defense. That's the biggest play of the game. Good play by Mark Jackson, trying to create contact, trying to get in there and make something happen.
Second block of the night for Steve Smith. On the line.
All Atlanta has to do is take care of the ball and make their free throws. Indiana's got to hope for a steal or miss free throws. Their only hope to get back in this game, Vern.
Leitner back on now for the Hawks. And Grant Long will inbound. Mookie Blaylock.
They can't let him run the clock down, Vern. They've got to foul. They can't let him run the clock all the way down. 8 points is too much to come back with 20 seconds to go.
Shot clock is at 10. Back to Long. Steve Smith for 3. There's the dagger.
Why not? He's had that kind of game. He might as well be the guy to hit the winning shot.
27 points for Steve Smith, and the Atlanta Hawks are going to end a long drought. Winning in Market Square Arena, breaking open a 68-68 tied game at the end of this quarter.
Travis Best draws the foul.
Indiana's just not the same team, Vern. They're just not the same without Reggie. They're not the same with Smits playing at half speed. And you can see they had trouble finding the scoring to replace those two guys tonight.
9.7 left in this one. And Mookie Blaylock misfires on the free throw. For Rick Smits, 19 points, 9 rebounds. Second free throw is good. Game 2 here Saturday night. Danny and I, after a quick trip to Chicago tomorrow, back here to bring you that one, and then we'll have game 3 Monday night from Atlanta. And the Atlanta Hawks, who were swept in the series 3 games to none last season, defeat Indiana 92-80. And let's check in with Craig Sager.
Well, Steve, earlier today we talked negatives. You can't win here in Indiana. You have a poor shooting percentage against the Pacers. What turned things around?
I think our defense. We came out mentally prepared playing defense, and everybody rebounded. Grant Long got 12 or 13 rebounds, and that's what we needed.
Not only was the hot hand there for you, but the defense was sensational, the blocks, and then this great one here at the end of the game.
I felt pretty good. I mean, underrated defensive player, but I think I can play defense pretty good, and we're just happy to get this win and looking forward to Saturday.
What does this do to the series, winning here in Indiana?
It gives us a big edge, but it doesn't mean anything. We can go, when I was in Miami, we won in Atlanta, but they came and beat us in Miami and brought the series back and won. So we got to concentrate on trying to win Saturday.
Okay, congratulations. Great game.
Thanks, Greg.
We'll be back with Craig Elo. By the way, it was Craig Elo today at Eastside Elementary. Vernon will be talking with him in just a moment. But a big win here by the Atlanta Hawks.
It's too loud? Just a little.
I'm with you on
That's
that.
good.
Now that the crowd noise is out.
Yeah.
They got good crowd noise.
Oh. Back at Market Square Arena, where the Atlanta Hawks defeat the Indiana Pacers by a count of 92-80. They had a 9-point lead at the half, only to lose that lead. It was 68 all at the end of 3 quarters of play. But Atlanta comes back and wins it by a 92-80 score. And a guy who is going to use a towel to cool down right now. The point-a-minute man, Craig Elo. 12 points, 10 minutes, second quarter, Craig.
That was a big quarter for me. You know, all that Coach Wilkins always asked me to do, that I've been with him for 10 years now, is just come in and change the complexion of the game in some way. May it be defense, may it be hit some shots or something like that, but tonight I hit some shots for him.
That was a great performance, Craig. Where'd you learn that shot anyway? From your mom?
My mom shoots pretty well. She does. She was a basketball player herself, so I got a lot of that from her. But I watched you quite a bit, so.
Hey, why is the crowd on you so bad here in Indiana? You came in and silenced them.
That was, you know, we played. This is the 3rd time we played them in a playoff series, so you know they support their team and they always pick somebody to go after, and they've gone after me for some reason.
Hey, what is it different? You've always had a tough assignment of guarding Reggie Miller. How is it different playing against Indiana without Reggie?
Well, for them, it's you know, he's like the first option on the offense, and now they have to look at a second option, which is usually Smits or McKee or something like that. But you know, he's so quick, he gets open, and they set such good picks. You know, him being the first option, that's gone right now. They don't have that, and you know, they mess him a lot, but they're still a good team without him.
Great game.
Craig, it was a terrific spark off the bench. Congratulations to you.
Thanks a lot. 12
points, 10 minutes. Craig Elo, and the Hawks win it on the road by 12. Back in Indianapolis in just a moment.
On TNT are brought to you by Original Coors. There's nothing like beer from up here. By Isuzu, makers of incredible four-wheel drives. By IBM, solutions for a small planet. And by Nike, who encourages you to participate in the lives of America's youth.
Two first-round games in the books tonight, and road victories in both. New York over Cleveland, and here Atlanta defeats Indiana 92-80. Coming next, the Los Angeles Lakers host the defending NBA champion Houston Rockets. For Danny Ainge and Craig Sager, I'm Vern Lundquist saying good night from Market Square Arena.